Hi, welcome back to the channel. So hope you're all well. So I have been asked by quite a few folk what I took with me when I did my North Coast 500, when I said I was camping. And people also said they've not been camping on a motorbike, or they're new riders who want to go camping. So they asked me if I could put together a wee film of what really you need to take. First things first, I don't go for big brand names and the cost you pay for them. So I'm talking go for Decathlon, Go Outdoors, Alpkit, Blacks, Coleman. These are all companies that do great stuff, good value stuff, and it works. Yeah, you can buy a Hillyberg tent for 600-800 quid and more, whatever. If you've not been camping, you might not actually enjoy camping. So, buy a 100 to £200 tent. That'll be your biggest expense, and then your sleeping bag. Everyone else is relatively cheap if you want it to be. So I'll just go through what I took, and then I'll try and give you some pointers. Basically, this is the minimum I would have went with. And if it had been pouring rain for 3 days, I'd have had a big enough tent, as you can see, to survive it in. Could sit inside, cross-legged, with room. I've been away in one-man tents, tiny things, it's horrible. So the basic thing to do is get everything written down on what you want to take first of all, and work your way through it all. So yeah, make a list. Basically, I would break it into three things. Basically, your sleeping stuff, your tent, your mat, your sleeping bag, anything else like a pillow on liner. Pillow, when I say that, it's a small inflatable pillow, not a big massive pillow. And then a bag that you have on you all the time. You'll see there, head torch, charging kit for the phones, midge net, midge repellent. We'll come on to that in a bit. You do not want to go to Scotland without that. So I carry everything in two bags on the back rack. And I've obviously got panniers, as you know. So one pannier's got all my tools and stuff, another one's going to be emptied for all this stuff. So we'll start off with a 25 litre dry bag. So everything's going to be waterproof that's in that. So I'd get a mat that's a decent thickness, 2, 3, 4 inches. This is a 4-inch mat, really comfy, especially if you're on a wee bit uneven ground, rocky surface, or that's a bit better. So these self-inflate, obviously. So that one's got a foam bit in it. It actually pushes the air in with your hand or your foot. So it doesn't actually get moisture your breath in, so it only gets cold. So that was a 50 quid mat. You'll get them for half that in Decathlon. So I put it in the dry bag and open it up inside, and then I push my sleeping bag in. So that is my inflatable pillow, and that is my silk liner, which you put inside your sleeping bag, and it gives you like another half season. So a 3-season bag you can use 3/4 of the year, obviously. I don't go winter camping, no on a motorbike. So if it was a heat wave, I'd just sleep in that open. Quite simple. So everyone's inside that mat, so it keeps it all sort of together. And then I also take spare clothes in there. So that could be everything from just stuff to change into sleep, which is like a base layer, undies, socks. Putting dry clothes on at night makes a big difference if you've been sweating, which you're not as much on a motorbike, but we've just found that with cycling and walking, that putting dry clothes on at night, it stops you getting that chill. So I put all them in a dry bag, and then air everything during the day. If you get a campsite early, get your sleeping bag out, dry it, get your mat out, get everything out, because it will have moisture on it from you. Likewise goes with the tent. If you get up early, you can have it open and aired. So that goes in that bag as well, along with a few other bits and bobs that I want to wear in the evening. You can wear trekking trousers if you've got Cordura motorbike stuff, and get all the air out that and get it run up. So that's one of the two bags that go in the rack. Other one will be obviously my tent. So my tent is a 2-man Alpkit Vito tent. I think it was 160 quid. And it was probably a good value tent, but it's got a massive porch. So if it's pouring rain, you can sit inside your tent and cook in your porch. So here we go. This is like a Jetboil style stove, which are probably the easiest to use. Gas cylinders you get everywhere. You get the big cylinder you can see there that I would use normally if I'm away with the car. Now you never run out, but you wouldn't run out in 2 or 3 days with a new cylinder, which costs you £5-6. So quick brew kit. There's room in there to put other stuff. So I usually take British Army and hot chocolate, which comes out their ration packs, but you can actually buy it on eBay. Just Google it on eBay or search it. And 2-in-1 Nescafe instant coffees. That does me. So the blue cup there, you see, that's what I do all my drinking fluids out of. And then you'll see there's a black pot. I use that for cooking anything like tins or that. Now it's the last sort of resort I'll buy tins, but I tend to always take packs with me. I take a couple of dehydrated foods packs. It's like Summit to Eat's one of the companies we use. And then you've got them with you if you don't want to go to a pub or take away whatever, you know. You might not have the option. You might just be riding up and going, right, I need to stop, weather's changing, I'm tired, going to be dark soon, see a pitch somewhere, you're not going to go to a campsite, and you got everything with you. You just need water, which you'll have as well on you in the bag. So I just grabbed a cooking pot, as I didn't have any instant meals left. I've ordered them and of course they've not come in time. So you've got room inside a cooking pot, so you might as well put stuff in it. So in that I have, as you see, a couple of sporks. One's too big to put in it, one folds. Sparker, if you've got a lighter, just use a lighter. But also on that as well is a flat Army tin opener, just in case I buy a tin that doesn't have a pull ring. And then I've got cut down per size to fit in a bag. Toothbrush, toothpaste, insect bite repellent, paracetamols and cocodamol, and that's basically stuff to keep me clean a bit. But also take a pack of tissues, which can double for the old loo roll if you have to. So moving on, we've got a few other things in there. We've got windbreaker, woolly hat. There's my charging leads. I've got a power bank there, which I can charge off my bike. I've got SA90 gear oil. It's like transfer oil. That's what basically is in my Jeep. Hold on, that flask. And I'm running my chain actually on SA90 oil now. So different options for backpacks. There's 2 water bottles you can take. I've also got another bigger water bottle that I took instead of those 2, which is 1.5 of them. I thought that'd be big enough. But if you've got an empty bag on your back, it weighs nothing. But you can stop and buy rolls and stuff like that. You've got somewhere to put extra food easily. Now, that windbreaker is actually a cycling windbreaker that I put on under my wax jacket. And the other thing I've got, which is fantastic, is that's your midge repellent. Don't forget that. Ron Hill running gloves, really thin gloves, right? See these? They're so thin, you can actually get them on underneath your summer gloves. And I was wearing them when I headed up to A9. So what they do is they give you a kind of 3-season glove. And I had them on till about 10 in the morning. Remember, I left it back at 4:30 in the morning. And it just kept my hands, that with that windbreaker just kept me warm. And that was a good, so they're great. You can get them for like £3-4. They're nothing. And they go in my pockets, as I'm trying to demonstrate there, on my jacket. So if you take them off, just put them in those pockets. You know where they are. That's all that squirreled away. And not much weight in my back. Job done. I just ride in those riding jeans, so I need to wear waterproofs if it's going to be damp. So these are actually the same type as I get at work. These are burgers. which zip right open, so you can get them on and off without hopping about like a dafty. And I put them in the side pockets, and on the other side I've got a Mac in the sack. Again, they're like 20-30 quid pack light jacket. You can wear without the zip, without the hood, sorry. It can be zipped up so you're not getting like the big parachute behind you. And that's just over waterproofs basically, to help keep the worst of the rain off me. Help try and keep my wax jacket dry as well. So what else then? Dry lube, I'll put that in the bike or the pannier. So we're nearly there, we can go and load up the pannier now. So clothing wise, I'll be wearing is just my normal stuff, my bike jeans, summer gear really. Some base layer. I've got my old jeans, I think I'll just wear them because the hood jeans I just bought, I've hardly worn them. So there's a lot to be said for wearing what you know. I wouldn't buy something new. My old beadwear jacket's been re-waxed, so it should be okay. But I say I've got a pack light jacket on top of that if I need to go and get out of the garage. But it's on my list, so you just check all your list, you know, before you go. So you can tick everything off, and then when you know it's on, packed, score it out. And that's how I do it. So I decided in the end to take my courier bag. It's a cycling courier bag. It's absolutely brilliant to wear. And the reason I like wearing it, it's Cordura and fully waterproof. And there's my waterproof jacket there. It's flat on your back, so if you're leaning back to move about on your bike, it doesn't hit anything behind you. So it doesn't. If I had a rucksack on, it would possibly hit the bags on the back rack. But with that it doesn't, so I decided then to take that. So just brought a pannier in off the bike, and you can see there the water container that I've changed the two red ones for. And that's everything else. And we'll get all that in the rucksack, and we're nearly done. So I'd say these bags are showerproof, not fully 100% waterproof, even though I re-proofed them. So having everything in those sealed freezer bags is a assured way of keeping stuff dry. And for going up the motorway, I took off my show plate, so I'm going to snap Velcro, as you can see. Job done. And now we're more or less ready to go, just get the two bags on. So I've got two sets of bungee cords on for either end. So one set was the snapper somehow, they should be alright. You can buy proper straps and stuff, but I've always just used bungee cords for this setup. And then I've got some spare blue cords there, just to put over. And with them I can thread anything out on top. Like if I stop at a shop for a campsite or that, I put extra food bags or bottles of water or anything on. So there you go, it's quite simple. That's a minimum you could take probably and still be self-sufficient. You can still cook and stuff like that, you know. Cost all in, as I say, it was 160 quid tent, 110, 15 pound sleeping bag. Those sea-line bags, they are like 20 quid on eBay. Stove can be in between 40 and 50 quid. But I say try not to spend a lot of money if you're going camp for the first time, because you might hate it, you might not enjoy it, and you might just think I need to sleep in a proper bed. But if you don't spend too much on a tent, say you can get a decent like starter tent for 60 quid, even less, and go outdoors for Decathlon and have a look. I would recommend trying to get a tent that's big, like as in a 2-man for yourself. And you've got the room, if you've got a porch you can cook out of the rain as well, safely. It just gives you a little bit of privacy for changing, and you can sit up in it cross-legged you're not cramped up. So that's my kit there, all ready to go more or less. Ready for an adventure. So hope you found this enjoyable. Leave a like and a comment, ask any questions, I'll try and answer. As I say, keep the cost down for your first few trips. And if you don't like it, you can sell the stuff on easily. So thanks for watching, catch you all later, and bye for now.